Hey collective, welcome back to the channel. So I wanted to do a midweek reading just to touch base with you guys, to follow up with you guys. Now that we've started our work week, and as we think about our last reading in regards to not letting anyone push us out of our spot, right? It is, I want to say it was titled, You Are Enough. Yes, it was titled You Are Enough. And it occurred on this past Sunday was the reading. So today is Wednesday, July 15th. And so that reading occurred on Sunday, July 12th. Right? So we want to do a 3-card spread based off your current, past, present, and future. As you can see, the tarot has a lot to say. So we're going to go ahead and ask that the Great Divine go ahead and come off into the room, right? And we ask that he govern this reading only in the way that he could do. We ask that our spiritual ancestors come off into the room. And we ask that they rebuke any negative thoughts or any negative energy. We seek the Holy Spirit for his wisdom. And we request our angels so they can provide us with the kind words. So we received our current past, we received our present, and now we just need a card for the future. One more card. I'm going to go ahead and take it, which is the Hermit. The card at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is based off negative thoughts. If we was to go back to Sunday's reading, and a lot of the conversation or a lot of the feedback coming out of that reading was about strongholds coming up against us at work, right? As we follow up on that reading, your shadow card being the Eight of Swords and your negative thoughts, the imprisonment that you may be going through in your head in regards to what has been going on makes perfectly good sense. As you can see, the swords are around her. There's castles behind her, but she is wrapped up. Her head is wrapped up. Her eyes are covered. She just can't get her loose, right? There's no movement. She kind of feels trapped mentally, like almost to the point where if you think about it and you close your eyes, it's almost a depressed state because you really don't know what to do next. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to deal with this situation? Whatever it is that you may be coming up against. Like when we talked about our last reading, we had talked about things like people not thinking that you're in the right role, people trying to sabotage your position, people just getting in the way of what it is that you are here to do in that specific role. And I feel like it just based off this card, you are still kind of struggling with the thoughts around it. There may have been more that has happened this week that really have you conflicted and really frustrated and likely pissed, right? And if that's the case, it's okay. It's definitely okay. I feel like the situation warrants those feelings, and we're going to accept it. Your current past has you kind of in a pause. You literally feel like there's so much trauma, so much frustration. You're feeling so overwhelmed that you just want to just let go and surrender at this moment. Like you just want to just step away from the situation. It's just too much going on. Almost to the point where you may be a little bit emotional, right? You're hoping that change comes, that there's some release in this matter. This card is not necessarily trying to tell you or to make a decision to let go of your role. It doesn't. But you know and you can feel that things are different now than they were before. So you're just kind of like, what can I do to bring a new perspective in regards to this matter, right? That's where you are in your current past. And when we talk about the current past, we're talking about, since we did a reading on Sunday, we're talking about how you're feeling Monday, Tuesday, and today being Wednesday. What has happened? What has changed? Have you gotten to where that you're finding a new perspective? In the present, you still feel like you're in competition, and it makes sense considering that you was in a hangman at first, but now you're still feeling like that you're, God, why do I feel like I want to say you're in a boxing match, like you're still fighting for your life. You got your wands up. You're there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of conflict. A lot of rivalry, right, going on. But like I always say, and I'll say it even with this card, no matter how bad it looks, if you look at the wands, there are leaves growing out the wands. So there is still opportunity for change here, right? There's still opportunity to overcome whatever it is that is going on. Some of the things that are coming up against you may be a little bit more exaggerated by the people who's doing it. It may make you feel like the current role that you're in may not be stable at the moment, which is also why you were probably in Hangman, which is also why your shadow card is the Eight of Swords. Like all of this makes sense, right? The deacon of this card is the Leo. And that's probably why I'm so drawn to the wands, because I am a Leo. And I just feel like it doesn't matter what you see when it comes to the wands. Those leaves always give you hope, or always give me hope. Every time I look at them, every time I see it, it doesn't matter what wands it is, right? And fives are typically in every suit. You're you're in a, I'm gonna use the word crossroads, right? Because you're like in the fight. You're like, it's either gonna go one way or another. But which way is it gonna go? God dang it, because I'm tired of all the conflict. I'm sick of it. I'm over it, right? But we'll clarify. We're gonna clarify this reading, right? It's a hard reading, but we're gonna clarify it. Your future says that we're in a hermit, right? We're soul searching. We're doing some introspection of ourselves. We're seeking wisdom, some truth. You may have been at work today and had to literally just step away and just be like, you know what? I just need a moment because this is just too much for me. I just need to go seek that guidance that I always seek in order for me to not come out the bag on somebody. Meditate on what it is that you need to do going forward for the future, right? That's the only way that you're going to come out your wands. Like, seek that knowledge that you need to seek from a higher divine, right? And to be honest with you, when you think about battles, right, in your present, and while you're going through it, some battles are not for you to be fighting. We always have to remember that. Like, the battle is not yours, right? That's biblical. Biblical, it says the battle is not yours, it's mine, declares the Lord, right? So we have to keep that in mind. Whatever it is, whatever struggles you're going through at work, it's your job, it's their work, right? So sometimes you have to pick your battles wisely. And this may not be one that's for you to be fighting. You just got to hand it over to the high power and let him fight the battle for you. Because whatever the outcome is, if you think about it, your footsteps was already governed, right? And if your footsteps are already governed, it don't matter what these fools do, because they're not going to be able to move you out of the spot that it has already been given to you. Like, the great divine will cover you through all the strife, through all the disagreements, through all the competitions. And at the end of the day, he will vindicate you on the other end, right? But you have to seek him, and you got to remember to seek him. So we're going to see clarity on the entire reading, because there's a lot going on. And when we say clarity, we're looking for what we can truly expect as an outcome, right? Wisdom. How to deal with the situation, right? So we're going to split the deck in two. I got it. And we have the Four of Wands, where we are just, again, still there contemplating. But we have the Two of Wands, where we're looking outward, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that we're about to walk away from anything, but we are looking at what tomorrow could be. We're wondering that. We're pondering on that. What is tomorrow going to look like? Right? So keep that in mind as we gain the rest of this clarity. What will tomorrow bring is the question. Put that back up, because I didn't even get the thumb out there, honey. Just fell out. Shadow card on the bottom of this deck is the Ace of Wands, baby. And we gonna win. I can guarantee you that at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we gonna win. Period, point blank. We gonna win. First card for clarity that came out was the Six of Wands. The Six of Swords. And with the Six of Swords, technically, you'll see a man and his family moving away from something. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're walking away from your job, but it could also mean that you're just going to release whatever. You're just going to hand whatever it is that's going on over to the great divine. Like I ain't even finna, like I said, we ain't finna fight this battle, honey. I'm handing it over to you. I've prayed about it. I've cried about it. I've screamed about it. And it's yours. Do with it as you will. Because you trust the great divine over your life, right? Then you have the Page of Swords. In the Page of Swords, he's trying to figure out some things, right? He has his sword up in the air because he's prepared for whatever could come next, right? That means that whatever it is that you need to do, you're gonna be ready for it, right? Because you want to end up at your Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is completion, but this Ten of Cups is like utopia, honey. It's like everything is going to work out for the good. So I see this as saying that, yeah, there's a lot going on right now. But if you don't try to fight this battle yourself, if you just let things be, change your thought, change how you choose to handle things, seek wisdom, right? Go inward and maybe figure out how you can handle things differently, right? Surrender it. Pause. Be like, I feel like every card on this table is pretty much telling you to kind of let go. Your shadow card, your original shadow card, is saying that you're entrapped. You're having a victim mentality. And in other words, you may be looking outward and you're not looking inward. You're not trying to figure out how you can view things differently, right? The Hangman, again, is saying that surrender and let go. Pause for a minute. View things differently. Look inward, right? What are you missing? What can you do different, right? Today, you're still fighting. You still fighting, honey, based off the present. You still dealing with the rivalry and the conflict and stuff and the disagreement. But in your future, the Hermit is saying, hey, seek me. I am here for you. I'm here for you. I'm going to give you the wisdom and the guidance you need to make it through this, but you need to look inward. You need to release it. You need to be prepared for whatever comes your way, because I'm going to get you to where it is that you need to be, where it is that is meant for you, right? Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans that I have for you, declared the Lord. Plans to give you, to prosper you and to give you peace. Not to harm nor to hurt you, but to give you hope in a future. That's what I think about when I see this reading. So let's see what, it's it's funny. I smile, I laugh, because it's a sad reading, but the outcome of it is just so empowering to me. So the card that came out from Repair Revolution says addictions, compassion. The situation is influenced by an addictive behavior that is influencing you or the person involved. Pain and trauma are being projected. Try to see the truth of the situation by stepping outside of the chaos to create an opening for forgiveness, patience, and compassion. So yeah, I mean, I feel like again, it's telling you to just kind of like give yourself room. Like give yourself room, release it, give yourself room to move away to truly what you call it? Evaluate what it is that's going on. You know what I mean? Because this issue is bigger than you, right? And you honestly have no control. I want to pull one more Repair Revolution card. You honestly have, if addiction is involved and the addict is not you, and you know the addiction could be associated with work, it could be associated with anything, but whatever it is, and it's not you, honey, you definitely ain't got no control over it. So you need to stop beating your head up against the wall to fix it. So the card that came out, the second card that came out for Repair Revolution was Inflexible Change. You are the person involved are setting your ways that are impeding growth. Be more open-minded and see the other person's point of view to expand your perspective in a healthy, oftentimes being the rigid mask, the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. So this is telling you this inflexible change is responding to the addicted to compassion card. And I think it's confirming that the person or persons that you're dealing with are the people in the power struggle, are the people that, you know, have the issues. And regardless of what that looks like, you're not going to be able to change those people, which I've been saying this whole time. But you can look within yourself and change how you respond to the situation. Now, I'm not saying throw out your integrity. I'm definitely not saying to cur up for any individual. But what I am saying is that you need to be mindful, or you should be mindful of the fact that you're the bigger person, or you can be the bigger person, right? And if you're given any direction at work that conflicts with your compass, and what I mean by compass is your inner being, like your God, what word am I looking for? Your morals. Question it. But if it's something that has to do with these people work, their paper, or whatever, and you're getting, and someone feeling like they need to fight you over it, it's not for you to fight. It's not for you to sit there and argue with a bunch of people of how they want to handle their workload. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it should be enough work to go around for everybody, but unfortunately these days, people are so eager to gatekeep tasks and responsibilities because they want to show their value as being much more important than yours. Because if it does ever come to a rift to anything, They feel like they can justify why they should be there versus you being there. I mean, there's all types of scenarios that goes with the BS that comes into the backstabbing and maliciousness of corporate America. But at the end of the day, standing your truth, standing your integrity, continue to walk in your morals, right? And hand it over to the great divine. So let's see what the angels have to say, what wisdom the angels would like to give to us in this moment. I'm so funny. I make myself laugh because people trip me out. Let's see. I was just going to pull one, but let's see if they just want to. Oh, yes, that's what we need is hope, baby. We need hope. We need hope. Hope is a choice. I choose to be hopeful. The angel reminds you that without hope, you can't build belief. Your purpose feels like a pipe dream, and true meaning seems unattainable. Hope is about recognizing the good things are yet to come and about expecting them to come as well. Honey, I couldn't say it no better. You have to remember that you're exactly where you're supposed to be in this moment at this very time, right? And you have to know that change can come, right? But if you're sitting there trying to fight it and you're just adding more tension, resolution will never occur. Resolution will never occur. But if your hope is for things to get better, it begins with you. It really does, right? And I'm about as stubborn can be when it comes to stuff like this. Like, I hate when people step on my toes. Absolutely hate it. But even I have to learn that relationship building is important, right? It doesn't mean that you have to go out and be friends with nobody outside of work, but inside of work in order to get the job done that is meant to be done. You have to work with other people, right? So your angel number today is fear. It talks about courage, fear, willing, growth, transformation. And it says courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in spite of it. Face your fears head on, knowing that within them lies the potential for growth in the transformation. Take bold steps forward, trusting that you have the strength to overcome any obstacles. Y'all, I'm telling you, honey, I'm telling you, I really don't just be maybe I should just say this. The cards don't lie. I'm just interpreting them. I'm just interpreting them and giving you my guidance while I read them. We grow as people every day, every moment, right? And one thing I can tell you, 2 things for sure, 3 things for certain, is this. As we go through life, it's not a people thing. Like the conflict that we come up against in life, the turbulence that we deal with in this life, it's not a people thing. It's a spiritual thing. And a lot of times it's a test for us to see if we're able to be resilient enough to overcome it so that we can get to the next stage of our life. And I feel like in this moment, prosperity is coming in your way. Ace of Wands. I mean, things are coming. Is it going to be a lot of hard works? Absolutely. But guess what? Guess who's standing up there? The King of Wands. And even when you get to the point of being the King of Wands, because you know the King of Wands is everything. him the man. He's the leader. He's the man. He's the, I know this, I got this in the bag type dude. Right? You still gonna face obstacles. Obstacles don't go nowhere. But as you grow in life, there's always going to be a stepping stone in life to see if you're ready for the next level. And typically when that happens, spiritually, it's a test to see if you're ready. Believe me when I tell you. So let's close this out with the final word. Final thoughts, final advice. Just one card. It is a quote by C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. Namaste.